All right, guys, how's it going? So, Romeo Lavia, what's going to happen with him, right? When we went in for Caicedo, I'm sure you, like me, was like, well, what happens with Lavia now? Is that dead? Could we sign both of them? No, don't be so stupid. This is Liverpool Football Club. But Liverpool Football Club doesn't usually offer £110 million for players. So, never say never. We say that all the time in football, right? And if ever that statement stands, it's certainly this summer. It's been the most bizarre, most confusing transfer window in my entire time working with Cop Talk since the 1990s. So it's just mental. Anyway, the latest suggestions this morning are: 1. Lavia is waiting to proceed with a proposed transfer to Chelsea. Fees agreed, terms unofficially agreed, blah, blah, blah. However, the second suggestion is that Liverpool haven't given up on trying to make that transfer happen. The only thing is, they're not willing to pay the same amount as Chelsea, which will probably infuriate most of you. It infuriates me with this one, because while I might say, well, I don't think I say do £110 million when we could have had Bell. I don't know, that's in another video. This kid, I like this kid a lot. I do, I like this kid a lot. And I think it would really pain me to see him at Chelsea. I've got to be honest with you. You know, they're recruiting very well at the moment. Now, when the Caicedo stuff came out, the first thing I thought was, wonder what's going through this young lad's mind. I don't have much sympathy or, you know, thought about Premier League footballers, do you know what I mean? But at 19, I think he's 19, right? You know, it must be like, what the fuck's going? You know, it must be a big deal. And I'm sure there was a lot of confusion. And agents can be saying, no, Chelsea have told us this, or no, Liverpool has told us that. But you just don't know what to believe, do you? You know, like if you're that player, you'd be thinking, yeah, right, I'm not going to believe anything they fucking say. So I can imagine that lad, his head must be all over the place at the moment, which isn't nice. It's not nice. He's still a young adult. He's still a kid. And I don't like making predictions. I've got my own feelings as to what might happen on that front, but I'm not going to go right into that, because there's not. I don't like being one of these people that comes out and makes predictions. You know what I mean? I prefer to just talk about what the claims are and stuff like that. And the claims are, this morning from our side, is that we haven't given up. So that'll do for me at the moment. And I'm sure as the day goes on, you know, there'll be further twists and turns, and what will be, will be. But if you're asking, or if you were to ask me, Dunk, do you think that's our interest in Lavia done with? I would say no, I wouldn't. And I still feel relatively upbeat on that front, despite huge claims that Chelsea are about to make it happen. Now, if he goes to Chelsea, he goes to Chelsea. Fuck him. Do you know what I mean? That applies to any player. And you know, maybe the player had his heart set on Liverpool at one point, saw this Caicedo stuff and went, well, thanks, yeah, fuck you. Do you know what I mean? All these different things, you know, affect players and agents and clubs. I don't know. It's a very confusing time. Anyway, the reason for the video, because I know I go all over the place, the reason for the video is to tell you that the latest claim from Anfield this morning, not over the weekend, not during the Caicedo stuff, this morning, is Liverpool remain interested in Romeo Lavia, in trying to make something happen. And that is despite what you might be reading about Chelsea. Now, for clarity, in the United Kingdom right now, it is about 10 o'clock in the morning, or approaching 10 o'clock in the morning. And by this afternoon, something could completely have changed. I think that, you know, I mentioned in my email that I send an email out to you guys. If you subscribe to it, it's free to subscribe. The information's in the video description. And I was in the cafe last week, you know, and I sent an email out saying I think that we will see over the next couple of weeks Liverpool revisiting really strong links. You know, like we were linked with Kone, for example. I know he was injured, but he's back in. You know, he's made progress on that front and stuff like that. Liverpool, you know, I'm led to believe still remain interested in him. I just think that you're going to see Liverpool linked with players that they were previously linked with. over the next couple of weeks. Please, by all means, you know, in the comments to this video, you know, put forward your suggestions who you think Liverpool might go for if the Lavia deal falls through. Or, well, it's not. There's no deal to fall through at the moment. The proposed signing, if that, you know, if our interest ends, it's, you know, it's Monday morning. You know, there's a lot of things, and a lot of things will come out today, I think, as the day progresses. You got to imagine, you know, like after the weekend, you know, John Henry's in town. There's a video on here explaining why he's in town, why I think he's in town. You've got to imagine that working for Liverpool Football Club, you know, in that environment, whichever level you are, you know, senior management, ownership, lower down, whatever, you've got to imagine it's no different to working anywhere else. You know, as some of you guys will know, you go into your office, you go to your workplace Monday morning, and you catch up with what's gone on over the weekend, right? Or and your business might say, or your employees might say, right, so this happened at the weekend, or it didn't, or this happened towards the end of last week. This is the focus for this week. So all those conversations will be happening now. So I guarantee you there'll be people at Anfield, right, that'll be saying, so what did John have to say then? What's his plans? What's the thoughts on that? You know, what's happened with Boy George? You know, is he under coach? What's going on? And all them little conversations, you know, will take place this morning. And by this afternoon, when people go for lunch and meet their friends from somewhere else in the city or wherever they are, you know what I mean? Like, they'll be like, oh, did you see Liverpool? Any news? And little bits of gossip start to spread. And I think later today that we'll start to see some rumours coming out, you know, like more credible rumours than the usual guff you might get on Twitter or something like that. So, again, the reason for the video is Liverpool remain interested in Romeo Lavia, but by the time you watch this video, maybe Chelsea have signed him, who fucking knows? I haven't given up on Lavia. That's a good way of saying it. I do have my thoughts about it, but no, I haven't given up on Lavia at the time of recording. And things are changing fast all the time. You know, John Henry, a couple of weeks ago, rumours that he wasn't happy with the way things were happening at Liverpool or not happening. Monday, allegedly, you know, lifts the roof, you know, goes very angry or whatever on a video conference call. Then we have the bid going for Caicedo more or less straight away after that call. And then he turns up in, you know, in the country the same week. So right now, John Henry is, whether you like the man or not, or their ownership or not, he is going to be expressing his concerns, right? So people in high positions that run Liverpool Football Club today, they're back at work today. I mean, I'm sure they work all weekend and stuff like that, but what I mean is they're back in the office today, right? And they'll be like, right, I need to get this done, otherwise my position is maybe not in a good place, or, you know, the shit's going to hit the fan. Now, if you're Boy George, for example, you're coming on a short-term deal, does he want a long-term deal? Is he going, well, I hope I get this gig full-time, you know? Or is he going, fuck it, pressure's not on me anyway, I'm off anyway. So, do you know what I mean? It's, when you think back to that position of sporting director, you know, Liverpool were linked to it. Or, you know, we know that they spoke to some really, really credible, good, experienced, you know, renowned figures in European football, and they didn't want the Liverpool job. They didn't want it. We ended up with George. All right. Now, George is either going to come out of this a cult hero, and I did say cult, right? And he's going to, you know, pull some stuff off, because the other day on social media, he was a legend. He was a legend because of what was apparently happening. And that shows you how football supporters flip-flop. Do you know what I mean? Slag him off all so many. We put one bid in, it's always amazing. Do you know what I mean? So he's either going to go out a cult hero, or he's going to, you know, people are going to, what was that all about? It's a very strange situation. Liverpool remain interested in Romeo Lavia, and we'll have to see what's going. As you can see, you know, I monitor everything. I've got stuff, you know, that's taking place all over the world. I just think, you know, but this one's more important. This side, all right. I don't know if can you not see that side? There we go. There we go. LiverpoolFootballClub.social. Mastodon. It's a Mastodon instance, or installation, if you like. Mastodon is a rival to Twitter. You will get far more sensible, serious, respectful conversation regarding Liverpool Football Club on LiverpoolFootballClub.social. And it's not all about football, Liverpool. It's just Liverpool fans. So you can go in there and talk about what you want. But right now, social media to one side, my peoples are telling me that my peoples, that sounds fucking pathetic. I'm like a fucking, hey, what's up, YouTuber. My friends are telling me that Romeo Lavia remains very much on the table. And if you want me to be completely honest with you, at this present time, I'm confident about Romeo Lavia. Yeah, I was going to say something else then as well, but I'll leave it at that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. If you like the video, please thumbs up. Please leave me a comment. Your comments are very important to me. If you really like the video and you appreciate my time and whatever, then please hit the super thanks or read the video description. Become a channel supporter or a channel member, which is like buying me a coffee once a month or something like that, or become a Cop Talk VIP member. Like, fuck me, I'll give you the biggest shout out you've ever heard in your life. A Cop Talk VIP member is really helpful. So that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed my videos this morning. It's still early for me, really. We'll probably be back again with some more stuff, but I would certainly, at the present time, I have to, you know what I mean? You've got to be so specific. Don't be too worried about the Chelsea stuff at the present time, and that's based on this morning. I think Liverpool are trying to make it happen as I am speaking. All right, guys, I'll speak to you in a bit.